there's no excuses in my world. Now, I don't care about size, age. I don't care about sex. I don't care about any of that. And you might say, well, in the real world, Lee, that's what goes on. I'm not interested in the real world. I'm not interested in what goes on outside somebody and what interactions. To me, that's the consequence of where we are. I'm interested from people's skin in. Yeah, that's the real world to me. What's happening inside you? And then they've got this organic, like who they are. That isn't who they are. And many people are looking for their niche in business. You can't niche your life. You can niche your business. That niche you put yourself in and you believe that's who you are, as in we are. And that's the bit that confines us and refines us to a point that we get lost. So what I do is I remove every shackle, everything that holds people to the point where, and they think they know who they are. No, they haven't got a sense of who they are. Yeah, because what I do is I remove everything. I don't. If there's 50 lives, if there's 1,000,000 lives before this one, not interested. So everything I do it holistically and from the big picture. So my language would be, since at the dawn of your essence in this universe. So I'm talking whatever life you've had before to whatever life you're going to have in the future. Let's get this one right. You can have 100 lifetimes to keep coming back, rinse and repeat. And if that's your belief, I'm not saying I don't know. But what I do know in this lifetime, yeah, you're the driver. This is your life. I'm the driving instructor. Yeah, you will have to learn your highway code. You will need to learn to look in the mirror and signal at the right time because you're navigating through the real world. There's two things and only two things in life that will stop you. Your opinions and beliefs of yourself. They're the two things that hold you inside, and other people's opinions and beliefs of you. Because if you can't see your future, and everybody keeps reading the books, nothing wrong with the books, they keep reading the books saying you've got to believe in yourself, you've got to visualize, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. You've got too many got tos. And once, if you're lucky enough, I mean, if the stars align and everything lines up for you, you get perfect insight. They call it Zen, alignment, flow, whatever. You're perfect inside. But then you've got your vision mapped out, planned out, and then they tell you to eject negative people from your lives. They're not negative people. They just can't see your vision. They've got a virtual avatar installed in them about themselves. They're reflecting some of that on you. So when you say you're going to do X, they tell you why you can't do it. Because in their future, they're judging you from their world. When you do it correctly, once you get, and it's very easy to get aligned. It's very easy to get mind, body, spirit, and biology lined up. So if your mind's in gear, you know what to do. Yeah, if your mind's in gear, you can see it. So knowing what to do is left brain, seeing it, it's right brain. That's your mind. That's the head top computer. Then you've got to get your heart. You've got to enjoy. You've got to be enjoying what you do. Yeah, that's your heart. Then you've got to get inspired, passionate, have that pride. That's your spirit. Then you've got to get motivated and have that drive. That's your biology. When those all line up, when they're in sync, that's flow. And when that's flow, that's the center of you. But for you to succeed, you have to communicate with the language of intention to allow others to hear you. And what we're inclined to do is say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Forget the I. You get the I aligned. Then you communicate with the we and the us. Because if you communicate effectively, genuinely, authentically, sincerely from the center of you, that should be beyond yourself, where others know their world is safer because you're in it. Their future's safer because you're in it. Because the only way, if you're in business, you're here to serve or protect. That's it. And if you can't communicate, if you're communicating from that imposter and you're trying to sell, you haven't got your eye on somebody else's future. You're not in business. If you've only got your eye on your future, that's selfish. You think, well, that's strategy. No, your business will succeed when you allow or enable others to succeed. So when you communicate from yourself, you've got to communicate from that flow, from that synergy, from that Zen, where you know yourself so well that regardless of whatever stick or stone comes at you, you don't need an armor anymore. Just because you've had trauma, or in the way I say it, trauma gives you the armor. And that puts the barrier between you and everybody else. And you believe you have to overcome this obstacle before you can succeed. And that puts you on the learning curve. What I do is I take the L out of learning and I put you in earning. You don't have to learn nothing about being your authentic self. You don't have to learn anything about yourself while you're passionate. Because a true human will always think of others. How do you, or how are you inspired, motivated, driven to serve others? Because that's your niche. That's what you're here to do. When you communicate that with the language of intention, authenticity, and sincerity, other people feel safe. Other people know their future's better because you're in it, and their lives change. So whether that helps you, I don't know. But to me, in the personal development world, yeah, you can't believe in yourself. Yeah, you believe from within yourself. Belief is a future-based statement from present to future. I believe I can do it. No, you should know you can do it, like you know your own name. Belief is when you believe in others. Trust is for when you trust in another. You cannot trust in you because you trust from within you. Trust is external. It's not internal. It's something you have for your environment or for someone else. Fear is for the external. If it's internal and you're winding yourself up and there's no outside stimulus, that's anxiety. That's the mind affecting biology, triggering the fight or flight, or the fight or flight affecting the psychology, and your mind's running overtime. So these internal dialogues, negative vision, because nobody wants to change themselves. They're quite happy with who they are. They want to change their circumstances because they believe by changing the circumstances, they have a better future. Nobody wants to change. What they want is all the things they haven't got, and they want the ability to know in the deepest part of them that they're going to have it in the future, because otherwise nobody does the work. So it's your negative vision you have to get rid of. And that's your organic self, where you've learned from others. Others have told you, they've made statements. Some of it you've thought on their behalf and you've created it yourself. When we put all that to the side and we go to the center of you, the center of I, the center of me, yeah, and then we get that lined up, then when we start to speak to others, they hear us. They hear us with sincerity, with honor, with integrity, with authenticity, and that gives them safety. And when they have safety, that's when they believe in you. That's when they trust you. And that trust and belief is in their future. So whether there's anything there, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.